Hi everyone, I want to do a video today about narcissism. So, I think narcissism is humanity's biggest problem, and I want to go into that. We've got psychopathy also on the planet, and psychopathy is thought to be about 1 to 5% of the population, somewhere like that. But the amount of psychopaths is generally stable, and it may be caused, and it is, I believe, caused. The cause of narcissism is completely different to psychopathy, although they kind of present as quite similar. So psychopathy may well be a brain abnormality. She wants to jump, doesn't she? You can tell. If we go like this, maybe she'll jump on me. Come here, Shady. She wants to. Go on then. It's getting so common now, her doing that. I love you, little Shady. You're the best. You're my little baby. But to carry on, if you can remember where I was. So psychopathy may just be a natural thing where part of the population have these dark ways about them. But there's also part of the population that they also tend towards the darkness, but they're more narcissistic. And I believe that narcissists are not born, but they're more made. They may be born tending towards the darkness, but I believe that it's their parentage, unfortunately, and it's how they're brought up that causes them to, with parents that can't deal with them properly and ignore them and don't show them the love that everyone needs growing up, then they grow into their narcissism, and it gets worse and worse and worse as they age. And I believe narcissists make up about 20, could be up to 30% of the population that in the West anyway, certainly in the West. Not sure about the East. I think they're doing a bit better, a lot better over there in the East. Shadies. And here is why I think this is happening, okay? I mean, obviously we've got social media and all these modern things, but I think it's the fact that we used to live in tribes. Oh, bloody hell. There's an old saying that basically it takes a town or it takes a village to raise a child, okay? And back in the day, back when we live in tribes of 100, 200, 300 people, that was true. You know, the child would be interacting with everyone in the tribe. So even if the child had a mother or father or both that tended towards the darkness, they would have the tribe to fall back on. These are all the fishies. So they wouldn't be, you know, completely fucked by having a dark-hearted, and I'm sorry to put it that way, but it's kind of true. It's sort of a parent that tends towards the darkness, because they would have the whole town to fall back on, and they could get love from the town. People would always step forward because they'd know that the parents weren't there and weren't loving them. But in these modern days, you know, the town doesn't know generally, or the village or the city, we live in cities now these days, doesn't know what's going on with the child. And often the child is alone, you know, is completely, you know, maybe not completely, but basically alone. And they aren't getting the help from the village that they used to be, which I think is a massive factor in the rise of narcissism in the Western society, and you know, so and it is a massive problem, you know, and also the fact that women are working more these days. They're not being forced to work, but it's just kind of the way things are now, that women work, that's less time with their mother, which is not a good thing. I mean, there's many strands to the bow or whatever of this problem, but I do think that not having a big enough people, a big enough family, and a big enough village around to help bring up that child, and that child to be able to go to in times of need. I think that is the biggest cause of the rise of narcissism, and also the rise of the way humanity is these days. You know, it's very dark out there, guys. You know, everyone can feel it. I mean, I don't know if everyone can feel it. I certainly can. You know, it's dark times. It's constant war. Basically, I'm going to leave it there because no one wants to be that depressed. But I thought I had that thought today, and I thought it was an interesting thought, so I thought I'd share it with you. I'm sorry for all the talking. I do a lot of talking videos. I'm going to make sure from now on that basically at least 50% and probably more than 50% of my videos is going to be music. It's not going to be me talking. It's going to be footage of the animals with none of me talking, because I think that will work better. I think people probably enjoy that more, you know, because who wants to hear some geezer chatting, you know? You probably don't want to hear it, you know. But I hope you found this video interesting. Anyone that's listening, thank you for listening. God bless you. Goodbye.